Hey, it's Arjun, CEO of Doula.com. Doula is a business in a box for e-commerce, and we are a venture-backed tech startup based in New York City that's raised over $13 million from some of the world's best investors, including Y Combinator, Nexus Venture Partners, HubSpot Ventures, and notable angel investors like Cody Sanchez, Graham Stephan, Sahil Bloom, and more. I promise you that by the end of this video, you will understand the fundamentals of e-commerce accounting and bookkeeping, the differences from traditional accounting, and how to streamline your bookkeeping to grow your business. The way I'm going to cover this is in a few steps. I'll first define e-commerce accounting and bookkeeping. I'll then run through the key differences between traditional and e-commerce accounting. I'll go through the essential accounting tasks you need to keep in mind for e-commerce businesses. I'll go through how to choose the right accounting software for your e-commerce business. I'm going to actually define cash versus accrual-based accounting. I'll then go through a summary of best practices for e-commerce, and I'll run through at the end how Doula can actually help you handle all of this. Let's dive in. First, what is e-commerce accounting? Well, I want to start by saying accounting and bookkeeping are used interchangeably. So if you hear bookkeeping or accounting, you can kind of think of them as the same thing. So that's the first thing I want to establish. E-commerce accounting, you can think of it as the financial backbone of an online business. It involves the management of sales, expenses, taxes, and inventory to give you a comprehensive view of your business's financial health. Now, traditional accounting focuses more on simple income and expenses. E-commerce accounting does require a more nuanced approach to handle the unique demands of online sales. And e-commerce is absolutely booming. It has blown up into a $1 trillion global industry. Here's some wild stats. By 2025, e-commerce is actually projected to generate over $6.3 trillion in sales. And this is driven by the convenience of online shopping and the limitless reach of a digital storefront or course. So entrepreneurs worldwide are truly seizing the opportunity. There's over 20 million new e-commerce businesses launched globally every year, spanning everything from boutique products to major retail chains. But with this growth has created a very complex need for precise financial management. Mastering e-commerce accounting and bookkeeping is so crucial. It'll help you sustain momentum, optimize profits, who doesn't want to keep their hard-earned profits, and most importantly, ensure compliance. Next, let me run through the key differences between traditional and e-commerce accounting. The difference between traditional versus e-commerce accounting is critical for any entrepreneur. The first thing to go through is multi-channel sales. Unlike brick-and-mortar stores, e-commerce businesses often sell across platforms, whether it's on Shopify or Amazon or Etsy. This requires integrating sales data seamlessly across channels so you can keep accurate financial records. Another thing is multi-currency transactions. Businesses are honestly global by default today. So with global customers, e-commerce businesses often handle transactions in multiple currencies, making accurate currency conversion and revenue tracking key. The next thing is inventory tracking. In e-commerce, inventory has to be monitored in real time across multiple sales channels to ensure accurate reporting of COGS, or cost of goods sold, and inventory values. Okay, so what does e-commerce accounting and bookkeeping actually include? Accounting and bookkeeping covers a range of tasks, but ultimately you can think of them as all tasks that are designed to keep your financial operations in check. The first task is recording sales. This includes tracking revenue across all sales channels, including adjustments for refunds and returns. The next is expense management. This is actively monitoring business expenses, such as marketing, shipping, and platform fees, so you can maintain high profit margins, so you can have more money go into your bank account at the end of the month. The next is inventory management. Tracking stock levels, purchase costs, and sales to accurately assess profitability and avoid stockouts. A big one is tax compliance, ensuring sales tax is correctly collected, reported, and remitted for every jurisdiction where your business operates. Don't forget financial reporting, preparing key financial reports, income statements, balance sheets, and cash flow statements to evaluate performance and make informed decisions. So at the end of the day, by keeping accurate and detailed records, you can then make data-driven decisions that lead to growth and profitability. It's key to scaling your business. It's possible to start a business without having this in place, but I guarantee you won't be able to scale as quickly without this. So what do e-commerce business owners need to keep track of? Let's boil this down. In order to effectively manage your e-commerce business's finances, there are a couple things, metrics and records that you have to stay on top of. The first one is sales data. You need to track your revenue across platforms to understand which products and channels perform best. The next thing is operating expenses. To maintain a healthy cash flow, you have to keep monitoring expenses related to advertising, shipping, tools, technology, really any expense that's going into the business. Next up is inventory levels. You should regularly update your stock levels to avoid a stock out overstocking, and both of these are bad because they impact cash flow and overall profitability. The next one is tax obligations. You have to stay compliant by managing sales tax responsibilities, especially if you're selling across multiple states or countries with varying tax rules. Don't forget profit margins too. You have to factor in all costs, product, shipping, marketing, when setting prices to maximize profitability and ensure long-term sustainability. Tracking these metrics allows for strategic decision-making, and it helps pave the way for scalable growth in the competitive e-commerce space. So at this point, I hope you see the value in having bookkeeping or accounting software. But then there's the question is, how do you actually choose the best e-commerce accounting software? So here's what I'll say. When you're selecting the best software for your business, you need to find a solution that meets your unique needs. But here are a couple factors to keep in mind when making this decision. The first thing to keep in mind is sales channel integrations, because you need to ensure that the software you use integrates smoothly with the e-commerce platforms you're using, like Amazon and Shopify. And the point of this is then you can then skip manual data entry. Everything is automatically kept in sync. So it wouldn't make sense if your software only integrates with Shopify, but means you have to do everything manually with Amazon. That's not great. Number 2 is automation features. You want to opt for a software that automates repetitive tasks like transaction tracking, sales tax calculations, or even basic report generation, like P&L, cash flow statements, and your balance sheet. This saves time and ultimately reduces errors. So if your software doesn't do that, a little bit of a red flag. The third thing is scalability. Look, you're starting your business, or maybe you're scaling it now, but you're going to want to grow it. So as your business grows and as you add new sales channels or you go global, you want software that can scale alongside you because you don't have to switch software every year. A big one as well is ease of use. The best accounting and bookkeeping tools are easy to navigate. Even if you're new to accounting or bookkeeping, they should have a clear interface, making financial management easier and actually a bit enjoyable. So make sure the platform's user-friendly, even if you're not an expert. And I would actually just make sure that you can contact support and talk to a human if you'd like as well. At the end of the day, choosing the right software will simplify your accounting and bookkeeping, which is key because it helps you focus on growing your business, not the unsexy back office, which is critical. Now, as a reminder, Doula offers software. We have a dedicated human bookkeeper you can actually talk to. You can schedule a free consultation or book a demo with our team to try out our software for free for 30 days or have a dedicated bookkeeper actually handle this for you. I also want to squash and actually fully define the two main e-commerce accounting methods, which are cash versus accrual based. So here's the thing. Before you sign up with any vendor, there's a key decision to make for your business, choosing which accounting method. And the two primary methods are cash-based accounting and accrual-based accounting. Now, you can actually choose either for your e-commerce business, but it's typically recommended to stick with one at a time so you have consistent reporting. If you need to switch, you can fill out the necessary paperwork and update your reporting. So let me actually break down both of these methods. Let's start with cash-based accounting. Cash accounting is a very simple method that measures the transfer of cash. So it's very straightforward. Revenue and expenses are recorded only when money actually changes hands. Now, the question is cash accounting suitable for all businesses? Cash basis accounting is usually easy to manage and often suits smaller businesses that want simplicity. So if you're just starting, I typically would recommend cash basis. How does cash basis actually work? Let's do an example. Using the cash basis accounting method, let's say you receive an order for a $900 custom bookshelf. You build and ship the bookshelf to the customer, but you only record the income when the payment actually arrives in your account, not when the order is placed or shipped. So if I ship it today, but the payment only comes in a week later, I'm only going to record the income when that payment arrives, not when the order is initially made. The same rule would apply to expenses as well. It's when cash is transferred. Next up, let me compare this to accrual accounting. Accrual accounting, unlike cash accounting, records revenue when it's earned and expenses when they're incurred, regardless of when the cash actually flows in or out. So the question here is accrual accounting suitable for all businesses? Accrual is typically favored by larger companies because it provides a more accurate view of financial health, but it does require a bit more expertise in active management versus cash-based accounting. The other thing too is while it's more complex, accrual accounting aligns with generally accepted accounting principles or GAAP accounting principles, and it is essential for providing a complete financial picture, but there are limitations to accrual accounting for e-commerce companies. The reason why is accrual accounting can actually sometimes give you a misleading impression of your current cash flow. And hey, you know what they say? Cash is king or cash is queen. Let's take an example. Let's say you're a custom jewelry maker and you make a necklace for a $1,200 order. According to accrual accounting, you would actually record that $1,200 as earned revenue as soon as the necklace is completed, even if the customer hasn't paid you and the cash hasn't landed in your bank account. So your financial reports are going to show revenue going up, but your bank balance is still sitting at zero. So The tricky thing there is that the timing difference in recognizing revenue and actual cash flow is the key characteristic of accrual accounting. In the first case of cash-based accounting, the second the $1,200 hits your account is when you would book the cash. In accrual, the second you make the order, you're giving yourself that plus $1,200 even though the cash hasn't hit your account. At the end of the day, most e-commerce businesses will eventually opt for accrual accounting because it gives you a comprehensive view of finances. But what I would say is, when starting, cash accounting is typically going to be the easiest. And the good news is you can switch in the future. So if you want my ultimate recommendation, I would say start with cash-based to at least get your bookkeeping and accounting process going. And as your business grows, you could switch to accrual-based accounting, so you're fully compliant with GAAP accounting practices too. Now, I also want to just give you some best practices for e-commerce accounting, so you can stay on top of things, keep your books in order. Accounting rules and tax regulations vary by country and state, so it's really important that you stay informed because I want your business to succeed, you want your business to succeed. And even if you're not a bookkeeper or accountant, most business owners aren't, there are very simple steps you can take to keep your business running smoothly. Separating personal and business finances. You need to, seriously, if you haven't done this, please go do it now, open a dedicated business banking account to keep things organized and ensure a clean separation. You don't want personal and business mixed. It will create headaches at tax season and could even lead to audits from the IRS. Automate all you can. With software, like Doula or any other software, you can actually automate tasks like tracking sales, calculating taxes, and sending invoices. This does two huge things. It minimizes human error, but more importantly, it frees up your time to focus on growing the business. Again, if you can automate it away, you can start working on the business, not in the business. Reconcile accounts regularly. Make it a habit to match your bank and credit card statements with your accounting records and bookkeeping records to maintain accuracy. If you work with a dedicated bookkeeper, like Doula has, they will actually do this for you. So make sure someone's doing it, whether yourself or your dedicated bookkeeper. Track inventory continuously. Keep a close eye on stock levels to prevent both stockouts and overstocking. This is the key to maintaining healthy cash flow. You need to know what's in stock, what's selling, and what's not. And then the next step is monitor your cash flow. Keep a close eye on your cash flow. How much money is coming in, how much is going out? And this is important because positive cash flow indicates financial health, while negative cash flow means it's time to make adjustments before it impacts your business. And the last thing is you need to get a grip and understanding on sales tax. Sales tax can be complicated, especially if you're doing multi-channel sales and selling across different states or countries. So please make sure you understand your tax obligations and collect and remit to the correct amount to stay compliant. We have a dedicated video on understanding sales tax, and it's very important that you understand this, understand the concepts of physical and economic nexus, understanding your sales tax registrations, reseller certificates. If you're confused about this too, you can schedule a consultation or book a demo with our team. I thought this would be helpful. Here's a quick e-commerce accounting checklist, 7 must-do e-commerce tasks. Reconcile bank cards, loans, and equity accounts. Reconcile sales, return, shipping, income, and chargebacks. Reconcile COGS, inventory in transit. Prepare balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow statements. Prepare sales tax reports and file them as per state guidelines. Review numbers for accuracy and make decisions out of data. And file quarterly estimate taxes, annual 1099 forms, and company income tax depending on how your business is taxed. So, what tasks can having an actual human accountant or bookkeeper help you with? Ultimately, an accountant or bookkeeper can be a valuable partner in managing your e-commerce finances because they can assist with a few things. The first is tax preparation and filing. This means you ensure you stay compliant with both local and potentially, if your CPA or bookkeeper knows this, international tax regulations, while maximizing deductions to minimize your tax burden. So that's big. You stay compliant, you keep more of your hard-earned profits. The second is financial reporting. You'll be able to get accurate, detailed financial reports that provide insights to make smarter business decisions and track your company's performance. The third thing is budgeting and forecasting. You can then work closely with your accountant to create realistic budgets and financial forecasts, giving you a roadmap for future growth and expansion. The fourth is cash flow management. You can receive expert advice on strategies to optimize cash flow, ensuring your business stays financially healthy and liquid. So to summarize, the benefits of accounting and bookkeeping for an e-commerce business, they really provide a range of advantages that ultimately all help propel your business forward. This includes enhanced financial clarity because with precise financial records, you gain a clear picture of your business's financial health, enabling better planning and decision-making. This includes tax compliance because staying on top of your tax obligations will reduce your liabilities by ensuring all records are accurate and up-to-date. This includes data-backed decision-making, where you can leverage data-driven insights to make smarter decisions about pricing, marketing strategies, inventory management, and more. And this includes time efficiency because you're outsourcing your bookkeeping to a provider, which frees you up to focus on actually scaling your business without getting bogged down by financial tasks. That is a wrap. That was a primer on e-commerce accounting and bookkeeping, a step-by-step guide, a 101 guide. I hope you found this video helpful. If you found value and learned something, please like and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any additional questions, please comment, please let us know. The team is happy to help. And if you need help with bookkeeping, taxes, sales tax, starting an LLC, managing an LLC, you can book a free consultation and demo with the Doula team today. We are happy to help handle the back end of your business so you can focus on what you do best, which is growth. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, do not hesitate to schedule a free consultation or book a demo with the Doula team, and we'll see you in the next video.